you're going from call to call, and you're always waiting for that real big thing to happen that's going to scare the shit out of you. What's going on? We got a shooting victim at the rear of probably one of the roughest areas in Inglewood. It's a real death trap in there, so you really got to be conscious, safety conscious of what the hell you're doing when you go in there. Stand by just a second. Watch those guys over there. What are you doing, dude? Okay. What happened, partner? I mean, were some dudes chasing you? Did you pull a robbery and get shot by somebody or what?
Sir, I just can't face it, man. I'm walking and I'm moving.
Almost all got anything that can help us at all? How many dudes? What kinds of weapons? Did you hear automatic weapons? Did you hear anything? Or do you care? I didn't think you did. The lowest of the low are just as interesting and important to the community as the guy that's got all the big bucks. And all these little businessmen right now, they're being raped. What you got? Out here. Come on. Sit down on your ass as soon as you get out. Sit down on your ass as soon as you get out that door. You almost got your ass blown away. You understand that? Ever stick your hand up underneath your shirt and pull out a screwdriver? It looks like a gun to me. You almost died because you wanted some Twinkies, you jerk. You know, if you're gonna take food and break into the place. Just come in here and trash it. Doesn't make no sense. I mean, what kind of statement are you making? Hey, you put your hand behind your back one more time like that, and I will hurt you big time. Take your hands away, Fox, please. Thank you, gentlemen. Put them on top of your head, please. Yes, put them on top of your head. Top of your head, face the wall. Do not look at me. Sir? No, this is fine. Put your hands, watch my lips. Put your hands on your head, face the wall. There you go. 1, 2, 3. Kiss the wall. Come on, let's go. Get up against it. There you go. Spread out. Shake it down. You hate to feel like you're losing control when you see so many businesses get hit and so many people's lives go up in flames. You guys know.
White policeman in the beating trial of black motorist Rodney King. There's been looting, buildings have been set ablaze, and some motorists have been dragged from their cars and beaten. So far, 9 people are reported dead, scores of others have been injured, and Governor Pete Wilson has declared a state of emergency today, Thursday, April the 30th, 1992.
From NBC News, this is Today with Bryant Gumbel and Catherine Curry.
Would like to say good morning, but as we hit 7 a.m. Pacific time, there isn't a lot good to be said about this Thursday morning.
What a terrible situation, and it is so upsetting, and I simply cannot watch those pictures.
Yeah, this one has been rather ugly. We're going to be talking about what's going on in L.A. throughout the morning. We'll have a number of special guests. The new police chief of L.A., Willie Williams, will be joining us. We'll also be talking with some representatives of the community. But let's get things started by going out to Los Angeles, where NBC's George Lewis is standing by with the latest news and official reaction to all the violence that's going on there. Good morning, George.
Good morning, Bryant. The Los Angeles Police Department is on a full tactical alert. All off-duty officers have been called in. 750 highway patrolmen and 2,000 National Guardsmen have been mobilized in case they're needed to assist. Angry mobs set scores of fires in the predominantly black south central part of the city. There were so many blazes, the fire department couldn't respond to all the calls and just let some buildings burn to the ground. Firemen reported people were shooting at them, and at least 2 firefighters were wounded. Looting broke out in many neighborhoods before police moved in and began rounding up suspects. Officers had problems coping with the situation all night. The crowds overturned a police car, one of many vehicles destroyed as the evening wore on. A protest rally at the main downtown police headquarters got out of hand as mobs vandalized nearby buildings, including the Los Angeles City Hall. In the Little Tokyo section of downtown, crowds attacked the new Otani Hotel as Japanese tourists tried to get out of the way. Los Angeles Mayor Tom Bradley went on television and appealed for calm.
We are urging everyone to cooperate, stay off the streets. It's anticipated that curfew will be put into effect tomorrow night.
The mayor asked for help from the state in bringing the situation under control. Governor Pete Wilson called out the California Highway Patrol and National Guard.
And additionally, we have made available some 2,000 National Guardsmen. They are on standby, prepared to move. Transport has been arranged so that additional Guardsmen and CHP can be moved from Northern California.
The National Guard is given missions. We indicate to the National Guard what we want them to do. We simply turn them loose and say, just go do that.
Officials said they were hopeful the situation would calm down soon. But in the middle of the night, people were still out on the streets, still angry about the verdict in the King beating trial.
Now, if I go into a store on videotape and steal a Twinkie, I'm going to jail for 6 months, okay? You got 4 guys on videotape, obviously savagely beating someone, and they get off. I'm black, they're white, you know.
Last report, 30 fires were still burning. There's smoke in the air in Los Angeles, and you can smell it here downtown.
George, we are hearing reports the rioting has spread to other parts of the city, and that in other parts of the city, whites are involved. True?
There is some sporadic rioting in other parts of the city. It's on a smaller scale than what's going on in South Central.
Okay, is LAX open, or is the smoke kept it closed?
LAX is open, but they've had to reroute flights. They're coming in from the ocean side because of the smoke.
All right, George, thank you. For the City of Angels, it was a hellish night, and in contrast to the riots of '65, the violence this time was carried live on TV. For America's most image-conscious city, the images were shocking, and TV brought them into the living room.
The mayor has to see and has turned to Sacramento for a similar declaration.
We're in a night out of control in the city of Los Angeles. We have a freeway that's been shut down, a state of emergency that's been called in our city. We have fires burning out of control that the fire departments can't get to.
The violence began around 5 o'clock Pacific time in the area around this liquor store in South Central LA. At first, there was just looting. Soon after, viewers saw live pictures of motorists being pulled from their vehicles and beaten senseless. It was reminiscent of what happened to Rodney King.
They're pulling the driver out of the van and they're kicking the driver and beating the driver. The driver's only mistake was entering this area. He's been kicked in the head. He's laying in the street. Okay, this is it. Terrible, terrible pictures. This is what all this guy did was enter this area. That's his only crime. Hit the siren, Doug. Yes. Okay, this guy is laying in the street. Hit the siren, Doug. He is bleeding, unconscious in the street. Ross? Oh, it's tragic. Here's the situation.
Moments later, yet another driver was beaten.
Drivers of automobiles and trucks that enter this area can expect to, oh, look at that. Terrible. And there's no police presence down here. They will not enter the area. That's right. This is attempted murder. They're picking his pockets now. Okay, I think we just took a round. I think we just took... You see that? He's reaching up for help, and somebody kicked him in the head.
It was our homies.
No, I don't want to assume the intersection.
We didn't flash JFC, homie. No, we didn't flash Jake for that. No, we don't think we were JFC.
I fucking told your ass to leave, motherfucker!
Fuck in the car, dog.
Fuck out of here!
Good?
Now you understand respect. Now you understand respect. Say Jake Brass in this chaotic. Right now, I'm gonna take off on. Say it!
No.
right now. We're gonna say it, huh? We're gonna fix it right now. Hey, chill. You wanna learn respect, motherfucker? Chill. Learn respect, motherfucker. What is it, homie? Yo, homie. Wanna talk about my home like this, you, and it has nothing to do with nothing. This is what happens, you mean? You wanna talk shit, this is what happens, homie. Has nothing to do with it. You boys laugh in my face, homie. I'll break your motherfucking leg right now with your door. You understand that? You can only crawl so far, bro.
Like, damn, dog, what is it?
Habit.
What happened? What happened?
Like old age.
Look at our boss, bro.
It just keeps ending up in the training.
Go ahead and introduce yourself for those that don't know.
Zero ICR Network, AK, LA.
ICR. Go ahead and, what does that stand for?
I'm Crown Royalty.
Now
Inner
here's,
City Rebels, I Crush Rails.
now here comes the dope shit right now. Who put you on, dog? Who's the dudes who like got you down with ICR?
I was there from its inception.
I told you guys some fucking history, dog. So who are the ones who started it, man?
Pure, Poops, Cools. Those are the main heads that started it. I was there.
And when it started, what was it? Was it like, all right, we're a graph crew, we're piecers, we're fucking this, there's rules?
IC was more piecers. CR is two crews put together.
The windshield.
CR was more
ripped off the mirrors and booted the back end.
Kidding me.
Just joined forces.
What year are we talking about?
There you go.
That was 91.
You're
better go home right now, motherfucker.
What year are we talking about?
Run home, bitch.
I started tagging in 80.
In 80. The same name.
Break his legs.
There.
Why the old? What happened? The old and shit? Yeah. When you're hitting, what do you start off?
I know him through mutual friends.
Let's go. Who are some of the artists that you think that didn't get like this? Don't get their stars because everybody has their own story.
Don't get on me because I don't want to see a guy get fucked up. Has he taken enough? Has he taken enough? You guys want to give him more? Our tour I do not even know this guy. I don't even know him. He got what he got. Is that enough? Yo, let me put my shirt on.
But these are
Jazzy J.
Get the fuck off.
and all that. So then,
You guys beat me up. You beat the shit out of me. Stop fucking lying, you little go. Fuck, motherfucker, leave him alone. You're good. Just walk. Right now, give me your shoes.
I asked him for
adapted my writing style.
No, just because a lot of people they don't I don't want to say give props because fuck it is gang graffiti fucking marking their territory and you know what I mean.
Bullets fly on a busy local street and a popular tattoo artist is shot dead. Tonight, friends and family mourn the man they say was always the most entertaining person in the room. Eyewitness News reporter Jory Rand is live in North Hollywood with the latest on the investigation. Jory?
Well, they're just now getting ready to reopen this crime scene on Laurel Canyon Boulevard near the intersection of Victory Boulevard, which this afternoon erupted in gunfire. Now, police have not identified the victim of this shooting, but friends here tonight confirm it, and social media lit up with condolences with the news that Triggs was dead. The artist known as Triggs had an appearance that can be jarring. Tattoos covered nearly his entire face and head, but his friends say you shouldn't let his appearance fool you.
You know what? Triggs is a real nice guy. It's that simple. He's a very nice guy. His father loves his family.
A little before 6 tonight, police say Triggs got into some kind of altercation with another man.
During the altercation, we have a victim that sustained a gunshot wound to the torso.
Came to the bank. To Wells Fargo, and I heard the gunshots.
How many gunshots did you hear?
About four shots.
The unnamed suspect took off, leaving Triggs to die on this North Hollywood sidewalk, just feet from a tattoo parlor where friends and family gathered tonight. Triggs was a famed tattoo artist, but he was also an actor and a model, his unique appearance fitting right in music videos. He was also a longtime graffiti artist who spent time in prison for painting his art all over the Southland. But he was also a part of an exclusive worldwide group of artists known as Seventh Letter. Willie T was a fellow member.
To see this and hear this, it's not cool. You know what I mean? Right now, my job is to be the photographer for the crew, so I'm here to document what happened. But at the end of the day, when I go home, it's a different story.
And there are a lot of people struggling with this news here tonight. Triggs had several children who are now left without a father, and police at this point still have not named a suspect. We're live in North Hollywood tonight. Jory Rand, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
For generations, they've marked themselves with signs of their heritage.
This is the very first loop I got. We're a proud race, a hard-working race, a lot of hard work.
Born behind bars, it was refined on the streets of LA. The Chicano style defines allegiances to God, to family, even to gangs.
Right here, skeletons of gang members. It's like gangster life leads to death.
My artwork reflects all my experiences as a graffiti artist. So I do a lot of oils, realistic landscapes, and those are usually photographs of places that I've been painting graffiti. I also do graffiti abstract, kind of like fine art paintings. So it all interrelates. Everything that I do interrelates to what I did back on the street and what I do on the street. Well, graffiti is the world's largest art movement in the history of time. So basically everywhere I go, there's a scene, and
Laura, call them graffiti taggers, graffiti writers, or spray can artists. They are, in the mind's eye of most people, vandals who are turning the city of angels into a visual hellhole. Their sole purpose is to tag other people's property with their unsightly initials, names, or gang affiliation. The more times they do it, the wider their fame. The goal is to be number one, or at least in the same league as the infamous Chaka. Friday night on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, 3 young men while away the evening. But unlike the thousands of other young people who are in Hollywood tonight looking for a good time, they're under police surveillance. But not anymore since here. Here is the Metropolitan State Mental Hospital in Norwalk, where 18-year-old Daniel Ramos is under observation while awaiting sentencing on 10 counts of misdemeanor vandalism and trespassing. Police say his Chaka tag is linked to $500,000 damage from Orange County to San Francisco. At the height of his spraying frenzy, it seemed like Chaka could be seen on walls, freeways, lampposts, and even the main water tower in the town of Coalinga. The name Chaka comes from what?
From this TV show, Land of the Lost.
Daniel joined hundreds of other young people armed with spray cans and marking pens who compete with each other to get up. In other words, to write their stylized nickname or tag in as many places as possible. Did you work alone?
Yeah, alone.
During what hours?
10 to 5.
10 at night until 5 in the morning?
Yeah.
How many cans of spray paint would you go through in that time?
Around 8 to 10.
He sprayed so much that he kept a map that was marked with areas he'd already hit. Where did you guys get the money for all this spray paint?
For the feeling racket. That's what it's called, racket.
This high school dropout who grew up in Aliso Village says his biggest challenge was spraying Chaka on the back of those huge signs that hang high over the freeways. So how did he get up there?
I just used a belt, a leather belt. I threw it around the pole and caught it with the other hand. Made my way up there.
Like a log climber?
Yeah.
Like a logger going up the tree?
Yeah.
Nobody called the highway patrol? Nobody called the police?
Nobody seen me at the time.
How long were you up there?
For about an hour.
You were on the sign for an hour and nobody saw you? Did everybody honk their horns, flash their lights, or any such thing?
No.
Were you wearing all black?
I went in at 4 in the morning.
4 in the morning. Were you wearing all black?
All black.
Yeah. Kind of like a stealth tagger, huh?
Yeah.
He was arrested 4 times as a juvenile but never prosecuted. The authorities say they're seeking jail time so that other taggers will get the message.
Well, a lot of people ask me why do I do it. Sometimes it's hard for me to answer that. I say it's the freedom of expression or a better way. Expressing the art.
For many people, the idea that taggers who cause hundreds of thousands of dollars in damage could be considered artists is laughable. For Daniel Ramos, it could also be costly. On May 1st, he could be sentenced to 5 years in jail and fined $10,000.
No use tagging. Tagging's no good. I just like the art.
Tomorrow, we'll go underground and watch graffiti vandals on a spraying rampage.
Ramos, in a plea bargain yesterday, agreed 100 hours of erasing graffiti and not to possess spray paint or marking pens for at least a couple of years.
Fascinating about how he got up there. I think we've all wondered when we drive by how a person would get up that high.
There's a lot of stories of how they've done it, and he explained it, put his belt around it, hoisted himself up there.
Why do I tag? Because it's fun.
We hit it, we run.
If you don't run, you're nobody. Like, nobody knows who you are.
We're taggers, that's it. Taggers, they're the ones that just write a name on the wall and scribble it. Most of your tagger crews are 3 initials.
Superior and destructive.
They'll pick names that are more apt to pick a characteristic of their nature.
Now, I noticed that your aunt calls you Freddie.
Yeah.
She doesn't call you Looney. Everybody else calls you Looney, though, right?
Yeah.
Where'd you get that name?
It was given to me by one of my friends. They seen the way I was acting, so all of a sudden they just started calling me Looney.
For Looney and thousands of other teenage taggers, the urge to write on walls is so strong they are willing to risk going to jail or even losing their lives to do it.
Says a California penal code.
The tools of the trade, spray cans and magic markers. Their target, just about any surface they can reach.
Whoa, shit. Totally awesome, dude.
And the risk of being injured or caught in the act is part of the thrill.
It's the adrenaline rush. Like, you run on the freeway, you could get hit by a car at any time. The police could come out, they could bust you.
Continues. Now from Washington, Sam Donaldson.
There are more than 600,000 gang members in the United States.
And who is enemy? And while there is much that is random and frightening on these tapes, you also see that here, like elsewhere, the kind of car you drive and the clothes you wear matters.
What are you wearing, Minnie?
Here, Jokey and a group of drifter girls get ready for a gang party. You are witnessing at street level gangster chic. 50s are the pants of choice, that's 50 inches around.
I need a belt, you guys.
Pants so big that you have to pin them to your sneakers so you don't fall down and you don't get them dirty.
If we fight, if we got a nail done, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna slap a bitch and pick up a bottle because I ain't breaking a nail. That shit hurts.
Party time, Friday night in the hood. By day, the neighborhoods look different. Mara takes us to hers.
To begin with, this is my neighborhood. This is 105th and Freeman. This is the corner where we sometimes stand at and kick it. This is a store. This is our mural of the Virgin Mary.
So the Virgin Mary means something.
Well, yeah, I'm Catholic. So.
But you understand
That is a disrespect.
that you're talking about guns.
And Freeman. This is the corner where we sometimes stand at and kick it. This is a store. This is our mural of the Virgin Mary.
So the Virgin Mary means something.
Well, yeah, I'm Catholic. So.
But you understand
that is a disrespect.
that you're talking about guns and drugs and shooting folks and beating them up, and yet a mural of the Virgin Mary, I respect that.
Yes. It's more sacred than anything.